Well, the story everybody's talking about this morning, former President Trump in New York last night as the nation comes to terms with the guilty verdict in his hush money trial. He's the first former president in U.S. history convicted of a crime.
Soon he'll hit the campaign trail for an election unlike any other. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has more.
Former President Trump's guilty verdict playing out at a time when Americans are already deeply divided. Some people cheering the verdict outside the court.
11 felonies!
Reading off the felonies like lottery numbers from their phones.
It's very exciting that he's going to be held accountable for at least some of the bad things he's done.
Others furious at the verdict.
What I do know for sure is that our Justice Department is criminals all hell.
Presidential historian Mark Updegrove calls it a sobering moment for America, comparing the divisiveness to what we saw during Watergate,
which was also a very divided time in American history. But the big difference was that Richard Nixon resigned because the leaders of his party came to see him, and they urged Nixon to resign the presidency for the good of the country. We now have a president who has been convicted of a crime, and he is the presumptive nominee of his party.
Updegrove expects the verdict to further divide the country, no matter whether Trump is sentenced to probation or prison.
Donald Trump has a rabid following of individuals. Americans will continue to be divided in this moment because they believe Donald Trump, despite the fact that this verdict has been handed down.
Trump has already faced 2 impeachments, numerous scandals, and allegations of sexual and financial misconduct. Time will tell if his presidential campaign can survive a felony conviction.
I thought of Ford in the wake of the resignation of Richard Nixon as he addressed the American people for the first time as president. And he said, "Our Constitution works. Our great republic is a government of laws and not men. Here, the people rule." With the verdict, we saw that we are indeed a government of laws and not of men. There is no man or woman that is above the law.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.